To
Oh,
rock.
are you ready to rock? Are you ready to roll? Are you ready to get down and boogie? Welcome to Side Jag, the show where it doesn't even really matter. I don't even know why I bother with this because, we talk about nonsense for an hour and we take you guys on a journey and we just weave you through the life. I am Dean. He's Mr. Hifivega, and we're here to get existential.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, you
Hey,
know what
so
I
how you
like
been, man?
is, listen, I like that now we know that we have non-cardio people watching,
Yeah,
and they're like, this guy calls himself Hifivega. He must have a high-end home theater.
you
They
do.
don't know that I got a Vizio soundbar with surround virtual. No, not I got real surround sound now,
Dude, it
and
sounds
a
amazing.
subwoofer.
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, you've updated it so much from when I
I've
saw it.
updated. Well, I had the Polk. The Polk was nice. Virtual surround sound. No, it was
Yeah.
not. It was not nice at all. It was terrible.
Yeah, I have a real home theater.
Yeah, not me.
I knock shit off the walls.
Yet I still carry the name Hifivega. So
It's okay,
suck
man.
it.
It's okay. My system what brings all the boys to the yard.
Yeah, I don't even have the best system you can get at Walmart for home theater.
I don't shop at Walmart. When I turn my shit on, the power bill goes up. But hey,
Yeah.
it's the only way to watch it. It's okay. So speaking of watching something, now this happened to. So we had this beautiful 2-day weekend for me, which is unheard of, which means everyone else got a 3-day weekend. So my weekend started out with Samaritan. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Haley. Did you hear her?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. She did that like right by the door, intentionally, very loud.
Boosted in post.
Yeah. So my weekend started with the Samaritan. So that was Saturday night, right out, like boom, going home. Yo, Adrian.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
watching this movie. And I know you want to watch it, so I won't give it away. I won't get away. I will say two things about it though. One, it rained way too much in this movie. Like this movie was so wet, it was almost making me uncomfortable. Seen it twice. I'm gonna watch it again because he wants to do that one.
Yeah.
So lots of rain. Didn't understand the need for that because and two.
Now I'm gonna notice that for sure.
Oh, you will. You trust me. You can't not notice it. It's like a whole nother character in the movie. All right.
Well, Stallone looks good in the rain at 70, or how old he is now.
Oh, Adrian. And two, this is a kids movie.
Is it really?
This is a young teenager kid movie. So
Wow.
keep that in mind while you're watching it. It's not made for us.
Right.
It's made for tweens. So
okay.
When you gravitate towards that, puts a whole new spin on things.
Dude, I almost watched it. Me and Cassie, sometime during the weekend, we have some time to watch a movie. We're scrolling through, seeing what we want to see. I see superheroes. I see Sly Stallone. Cassandra is also a huge Sly Stallone fan.
Cassandra.
She's like, if you want to get nasty. But she was like, let's watch this. I was like, oh, pump the brakes. We will watch this. But not this weekend, because this is a Dean AF movie right here. So I want to at least talk to him about watching it next week.
Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, that's all I'll say about that. We'll just move on to the next thing. So,
yeah,
I had to play catch up with you. All right, because you had watched all these documentaries, and I was like, all right, I gotta watch. I gotta get filled in on the documentaries.
Yeah.
So I watched too many of them because now I'm trying to remember.
You're trying to remember
because I watched all of them.
Did you watch the one about the crazy McAfee guy?
Yeah. Okay.
We talked about that last week. Did we talk about that last week?
Okay. So I watched McAfee running with the devil.
Right.
I watched that
the Woodstock one.
Yeah, I watched that Monday night. Monday night I watched that. There was another one that you talked about.
Was it the Untold? Malice in the Palace?
No. There was one more.
Was it a sports one?
No.
Okay.
I don't
Dude,
think.
I think I wrote down what I did watch.
Okay.
Let me make sure.
I can always just go to Netflix and see what I. All right, so
Yeah.
let's talk about Running with the Devil for a minute.
All right.
Because so John McAfee is a sadist, and very self-absorbed, and just the most crazy, one of the most crazy human beings on the face of the earth,
Dude, and the way they end that is like, it's like the end is like, okay, he was just planning this the whole time. They don't say
Yes.
that. They don't say that, but then the point is like, yeah, this was his plan the whole time. All this shit was made up. He's a legit psychopath. And I believe him.
100%. The guy was insane. And I know what it was. Do you think he's still alive?
Who, McAfee?
Yeah.
No, I don't think
Because
so.
at the end of the show, they asked his
girlfriend,
island girlfriend, when's the last time you heard from him? And he goes, I don't know if I should tell you.
Yeah. But listen, let's be honest. Like, both the women he picked, they're very unreliable. very unreliable. I mean, you'd have to be unreliable to be with this guy in the first place. So it's like, yeah. Oh, no. Baba's got some interesting tidbit here. Did you see his viral video with the hookers? It's still on YouTube. No, I didn't.
No. I will have to see if I can go back down that road again, because I gotta be honest with you. It just was not good. Like you didn't get the warm and fuzzy, and you didn't get anything from it that was like, like it was just crap.
I also feel like in the beginning of it, they were not trying to portray him as what he truly is. They were trying to give you a view of like, okay, we don't really know what this guy's doing. We were along for the ride. And as it gets further in and you lose the original guy that was with Vice, and then you get into this other guy, he's just like, yo, man, this dude's he's a psycho.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. Crap, I can't think what else we watched.
Rise and Fall of And One?
Yes.
That was it.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I don't remember And One. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember I wasn't a basketball dude. I don't remember anything of that. Everyone else in the room was looking at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a great story, but I guess what I saw was, when I'm watching it, I'm like, this is going to end badly. Obviously, we knew.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Nike is just like,
they're going to win. They're not
going to go against Nike.
Yeah.
You can't beat Nike. Nike will beat you every time. They
had their moment. They were Icarus. They had their moment. Right? Yeah. And then Nike just, let's be honest, Nike pulled an Apple and they stole everybody else's ideas, polished them, and then made it better. And now that's the better version. Yeah.
I felt bad for the players, because you knew that was going to happen. It was like, they're just throwing money at these guys. They don't know, they were just as confused as everybody else.
Right.
So it's like, hey, here's money, play basketball. We don't ever think this is going to end.
Yeah.
We're killing it.
And it was street ball, which was crazy.
Yeah. We're making a fortune. You're making money. Everyone's getting paid.
Right.
But, Nike drops the bomb. The guy quits. And it's like, we need to get the fuck out of this quick, because this is over.
And they were pretty honest about it. I would say that, the guy was pretty honest, hey, it was time for us to go. I seen the writing on the wall. There was a chance to make a little bit of money before we left, so that's what we did.
Yeah. And I mean, he said, listen, I feel bad. We should have treated them like employees, and they would have got a cut, and that would have been fine. But we didn't think about it. We just didn't know what to do. I mean, and it wasn't like they didn't get paid.
Right. That's the thing with the street ball players. You got paid for something no one ever got paid for before.
Correct.
One thing, you should have saved your money. No. Some of them did. It's like, you're not an NFL player. even an NFL player often is smart enough to put some money back because they know they could get hurt,
Yeah.
and all this stuff can happen. But I'm sure some of these guys did it, but clearly some of these guys did not do
No,
that.
and that's why they only had a handful of them on the show, because the other ones are
Right.
probably cracked in somewhere, just like, oh man, I've been all over the world, and they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever, any up,
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know, however that works. Not
Drug things.
Yeah, don't doing drug things. But yeah, that was, you just kind of knew how it was going to end. It was like, they just laid all the cliches out in front of you, and it was just like, crap, man, that sucks. Because
like you see it coming. Like the rise of it's great though. Like the rise is awesome. How they come up from the bottom, college kids, and actually college kids you wouldn't think of. 3 white kids. Get into street ball, a streetwear brand, which is kind of insane. But they knew the culture. They knew like what people were doing. They were street ball players themselves, not great ones, but they actually were in this culture, so they knew what to do.
Yeah, so I enjoyed that. I thought that was good.
Yeah.
Now the other movie we watched. Did you watch Elvis?
Dude, yes, Elvis was good.
That's right. You told me to watch Elvis, right?
Yeah.
Yes. You told me to watch Elvis.
I did. Yeah.
Why did you tell me to watch Elvis?
I told you it was long now. Is that one of the
complaints? I'm fine with it being long. I thought that fucking movie never was going to end. Oh, my God. And I was so tired of hearing that kid's voice. By the end of the movie, I was like...
that was the only thing that... I thought he'd done a lot better than the Rocket Man situation.
Yes. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. For sure.
Yeah. But like I'm an Elvis fan. I was an Elvis fan by birth. Like when you grow up, like my kids were destined to know about Third Eye Blind, and they were going to hear all the Third Eye Blind songs just because that's who I listened to. That's like one of my favorite bands, which it's crazy to say, but that is one of my favorite bands. Mm-hmm. Same thing with my mom. Elvis, like I knew everything that happened to Elvis in this movie. I've been to Graceland several times.
Okay, so fill me in then, because the little bit I know of Elvis, you could probably fit in the palm of my hand, but like to me, it just seemed like this was not the Elvis movie we all wanted. This was the movie about the Colonel, and Elvis was the side note.
Yeah, they done so. It was the Elvis got robbed situation.
Yeah,
and they were telling that story, so it wasn't the straight. And that's kind of what I liked about it. It wasn't the straight up Elvis story, but the thing that I like is like everything you've seen at Graceland. It is like that when you go visit in person.
Oh, nice.
The same paintings, like they recreated. I don't think they filmed it in Graceland, but if you ever go there, you will see it exactly like the plane is the same inside. You get to tour those planes when you go there, and it's just a shot for shot of what happened at certain times. Now there is some fake stuff in there, obviously.
We have to move the story along.
Like when he tells his the guy that screws him, when he calls him out on stage, never happened.
Yeah, I would think that would be a famous moment. I was kind of
that never happened, but it like made good for the movie because everyone's wanting this to happen. Okay. You know, the Colonel's like in the back, he's pulling the strings, he's making himself rich. Well, he's covering his debts. Yes, essentially.
And then the hallway comfortably numb scene that he had, where it was like his dad had to decide to shoot him up. I'm like, okay, was this real? I mean, there's nobody. There was nobody there. Like maybe one of the maybe one of his bodyguards or some shit like that would have. But like, there's no one legit that would be like, yeah, this happened, because like that guy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I could totally see it. I could totally see it. But it was. I don't know. I felt like this wasn't the Elvis movie I was hoping for, because this didn't really paint Elvis in a good light per se.
Right. It kind of told the truth. Like, it's not all true. That's the thing, but you kind of get a vibe of like the true Elvis.
Right. Like he was like, for example, he was complicit in his own nightmare
Yeah,
because even though the snowman was like he knew what he was dealing with. It
right.
wasn't like
Yep.
he didn't know who he was playing with. He knew who he was playing with. He knew he was getting took,
Yeah.
and it just he had to let it go. He
And
had
the
to keep
truth of the
going.
matter is, like, without this guy, the
He wouldn't
colonel,
have. Yeah.
he probably would have rose to something, but he wouldn't have taken it to the level that he did. So
No.
in some way, like he does deserve certain amount, or
Oh yeah. No, there's no question about it. They were partners. This made Elvis Presley look like a packaged product.
yeah,
It was sad to watch, but it wasn't sad to watch because there again, it wasn't like he duped him. It
yeah,
wasn't like he literally laid, the scene in the top where he just kind of laid it all out for him. There again, I'm sure that didn't happen, but
right,
it literally set the groundwork for like, hey, listen, we're going to snow job the shit out of these people. You can
right,
sing, I can sell. It's an act. We're
yeah,
going to do an act. And
hmm,
if you play along with the snowman, like we will dope all these people into falling in love with you, you know?
yeah,
And that's it. And so, he knew what buttons to push, and
yep,
that was abundantly clear throughout the show. It was just like, you know, I'm gonna push it, and you know, and there, I keep saying, I feel like they did a good job of kind of explaining Elvis's past and like
right,
who he played with and where he got his inspiration from,
yeah,
and like it was okay back then to remake songs. So like you could
yeah,
have a
yeah,
country version of the song, you could have a pop version of the song, you could have a, for lack of a better word, a black version of the song or a soul version, I guess, of the
yeah,
song, and it was all good. It was all good. It was just perfectly acceptable because those groups never
cross,
crossed, so it
yeah.
made sense. Now you
Well,
could never do that.
yeah, well, now it's a little different. Like they do remixes, but it's different. It's not
Yeah,
in a it's
remix.
yeah, it's but like he did kind of like make that kind of music kind of popular to a crowd that might not otherwise heard it.
Yeah.
So I mean, in my eyes, he deserves credit for that because he brought kind of soul, jive, dance moves.
Well,
D-
there again, not stealing anything from Elvis, because at the
Right.
end of the day, he still had to get up on stage. He still had to sing all those songs. He
Yeah.
still had to work his ass off. The
Right.
only problem is this guy, was there to 50%.
Yeah. Exactly. Like he was in on the snow job, and he knew he was getting snow jobbed himself.
Yeah.
But like, what could he do? Like he needed that guy. In my eyes, like he needed the colonel.
Well, if the audience was his crack,
Yeah.
this guy got him his crack. So, and
Exactly.
he was just addicted to everything.
Did you
He was
did you have any moments like did you liked in it? Like, did you just stood out to you?
when he finally got to Vegas and they did like that whole first Vegas show,
Yeah.
to me that was like, okay, this is the Elvis that like everybody knows.
Right.
Like this is Elvis Presley. This was his downfall right here. This
Yeah.
is where it was like we're just going to give him everything he wants, and young Elvis was like cool and flashy and in like that whole
Right.
era where he ramped up to being Elvis Presley, like,
Right.
and then they put him in all the movies and shit after he came back from the war. Like that's kind of what he's known for and where he created his body of work, but the Vegas is what really
It's prime Elvis.
yeah, that's like
Yeah.
this is where
He's the
Elvis.
king at that point, and he's
Yeah,
like doing kingly shit.
this is like yes, this is the moment. This is like, hey,
Right.
fucking hey, you're gonna come see Elvis Presley and you're gonna melt, you know.
Right. I,
And I
I
guess
like
that, yeah, go ahead.
well, I was gonna say I like the scene like when they're like, you can't do your dance moves here. The colonel talked to him, and he sings, "I'm a bad boy." You know, I like that. That was a cool moment because that's like a moment that really happened. Not in that way. I don't know if it happened at that exact venue, but it was different. But it really happened like
Oh,
that.
cool.
So I like that. I like the Vegas moment, obviously. I like the part where he does a Christmas special and kind of does the, like, hey, uh, I'm rising up. I'm not down with Martin Luther King getting killed and stuff like that. I like
Right.
that part. And then I also like the Vegas stuff. And then at the end, the Elvis in Hawaii, the final.
So so I actually remember the Elvis in Hawaii show.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that when I was a kid. So, and I've watched because there's a documentary on that.
Yeah.
Just on that I've seen, like, because like he lost like 20 pounds. He
Yeah.
was so nervous. He still looked like shit.
Yeah.
He was high as a kite all the time still,
Yeah.
because he was on speed the whole time trying to lose weight. And but he still got up there and he did that. His voice never cracked.
Right. Yeah.
He might not have gotten the words, but and that was one funny clip. And when they were playing like a radio, I think the only thing Elvis is concerned with is his waistline and trying to get those slurring his words. And I was like, yeah, no shit. 5 years in Vegas.
Yeah.
Going to the buffet, it's like, hunk of burning love.
Yeah,
it's like, whatever.
Did you think I thought the actor looked a lot like Elvis.
The only thing that ruined it for me is that as he got older, it was almost like they were like, in his contract, we're not going to change the way he looks. They never made him look older, and they never made him look fatter.
Yeah, it could have been.
It was like, I was like, because that last scene in the car is like, I'm going to be 40 soon. And, and she's like, you should get away and all that. He should have looked like shit.
Yeah, yeah.
He looked the same.
He was like clammy. I would say that's about where
it was like, and I'm looking at him going, why don't they have him in a fat suit? Because at this point he's big.
Yeah.
And they're not giving us that. And I was just that to me kind of let me down, because I was like, you've put all this effort into making this kid do this, and then you don't give us the fat Elvis.
Yeah.
The eating marshmallow sandwiches all day long.
Yeah.
Peanut butter marshmallow
and bananas. I actually had that sandwich. Listen, man, I can't help it. I'm an Elvis stan, but we had it. He had an Elvis restaurant in Memphis.
Yeah.
So of course, went to Graceland. And Memphis is
a good sandwich.
Yeah, I didn't really like it, but I had to try it.
I liked it. I've made it for myself before. When I found that out, I was like, challenge accepted.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I've had peanut butter and banana sandwiches before. Those are really good.
Yeah.
But I bought the marshmallow to throw on there, and I was like, oh yeah, baby.
What gets me, like, speaking, we always talk about food. Bananas, I'm not the only person this happens to either. Man, I don't know what it is. Like, my lip will, like, if I start eating too many bananas, my lip will start swelling. It's very strange. I work with a dude.
You're allergic to bananas, man.
So something like that, yeah.
Potassium is bad for you.
It is. It's the potassium is what it is.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I eat about 4 bananas a week, 4 or 5 bananas a week.
Well, that's how it is here. Like, Cassie, when Bailey was here, like, you had to buy a bundle a week, a big bundle.
And
that's like, that's their breakfast.
Banana. Shouldn't eat bananas at all. They're terrible for you. That's what they keep saying. I don't know.
Well, everything. Listen, margarine was good for you at one point. Remember,
eggs are still on the fence.
And they're like,
can't eat the yolk.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
It's so stupid.
I like egg whites, but like, I'm not eating the yolk.
Yeah. All right. So Elvis, 50-50.
Right.
If you got time to kill, go ahead. Otherwise.
And I figured it could go either way for you. It's like, if you're a fan and you know all the lore and all this stuff, it'll be cool. But it is long. It's too long.
I mean, it's Elvis. He's I was there. I mean, but it still wasn't like, I wasn't like, oh my God. Like, I don't know. I don't think it was the movie that I wanted of Elvis.
Right.
I don't like, I wanted the other Elvis movie. Like, I wanted the one where he hangs out with Bruce Lee, and there again, I wanted the scene where they like find him naked in his bedroom at the end of the movie, or on the toilet where he died. You know, I want that. I want that movie. You know, it's like
you want a little grimier, a little dirtier.
Yeah, I want a little bit more Bohemian Rhapsody. Like some of the it's just a little bit not so much family. But Haley and I watched that. Okay, so Sunday morning I got up and I was like, Game of Thrones, 2 episodes deep.
Yeah,
I gotta watch Game of Thrones. And the first thing, I turn it on, and in our living room is bright in the morning, because it's the morning. And I have an 80-inch TV, so it's not lacking, but there's a window behind it. And I got about 15 minutes into it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, did they shoot this fucking movie in a cave? It is the darkest goddamn movie. I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I can't watch this. I can't watch this till tonight, because every scene is, and I'm checking my TV, like, did the color go out? What the fuck happened? And so I'm not going to watch it. The girls were going away that night because they had a concert to go to. So I was like, I'm just going to wait till the girls leave. It'll be 5 o'clock. It'll be dusk. And then I'll watch it. So have you watched the 2 episodes of Game of Thrones yet?
Yes, absolutely. Dude, okay, I'm all in.
Okay, so all in.
Yeah.
Can we agree on one thing?
What?
Okay, so this kind of goes back to Haley's comment about Star Wars.
Yeah.
You have a fucking spaceship. Land closer. You have a fucking dragon. Kill some people.
Yeah.
Don't talk about this shit. You have a dragon that spits fire. Shit.
They're Game of Thrones. They got to set up the game.
Oh my god, dude!
Wait. Did you? So how far did you get to see? I
watched episode 1 and 2.
So 3 is one that's out that you haven't watched yet, right?
3 is the one that just came out. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. Well, your problems are fixing to be solved, my friend.
I know. that was the thing. I was like, dude, really, we got to wait till 3 before some shit goes down? Because I watched the trailer for 3. And I was like, oh, finally. I guess they're going after the Crab King or whoever the hell it is. And
the crab feeder.
Okay, so were you just a little bit uncomfortable, which I know that was what they did when the king was walking with the
12-year-old girl, yes, or 10-year-old or whatever how old she is. Like, my God. But it fits with the lore. It fits with the lore, and I'm like, yeah, because you're like, oh my God, are you serious? I was uncomfortable with him with Alicent, which is the friend and Otto Hightower's daughter.
Yeah.
Because she's what, 17 maybe? I can't tell by at that point
15 or something.
Because Rhaenyra's 15, but she's a little bit older.
Oh, so she's probably 16 or 17. Either way.
Right. But she's still not like
shit.
Yeah, and this dude's like what, 60 or something years old?
If not more. Yeah. It's
and plus, did people live that long back in the days? I know this isn't a real show.
40, yeah. I know. All these guys are antiques, you know, and it's like, so the protagonist, all right, so Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't get behind him being the bad guy. Like, he's not a badass.
Right? Damon?
Yeah. Like hey everyone, I think I can win this because I'm a swordsman. Woo, yeah, and it's like,
and then it gets beat by the crystal or the code.
Yeah. But even though I just can't see him as like Mr. Bad. Like I just feel like that was cast wrong. He pulls off the psychopath easy. Like he looks crazy as shit. There's no doubt about it. He gets the crazy card, and I think that's what they gave him. But he just like he's the badass. He's the
unfortunately like I've seen episode 3, so he's gonna show you something in episode 3.
I'm sure he will, and I'm fine with that. And I'm excited to watch it. But I also just look at it and go,
yeah.
And
he's not.
Else?
He's not
Jamie Lannister. He was badass.
Yeah, and I don't think that he's not like the big bad. Like
no, I think they're gonna kill him off. I hope they kill him off. Yeah, but they probably won't.
I don't think he will.
Well, they need to Ned Stark his ass.
He's going to continue to be a thorn in the side of the king. That's what he's there for.
Yeah, I know.
Because if anything happens, he's waiting to take power.
They still need to Ned Stark him.
Yeah, he's a Joffrey.
Yeah, but see, the nice thing is if they kill him, then he's dead.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
Well,
like we
I
all
mean,
sit there and go, "Whoa, what the? I didn't read the book. What happened? Why is it?"
it'll happen. Like the purple wedding or whatever. When Joffrey
Yeah,
was
the red wedding. Yeah, when they
well,
killed
no, it's
everyone.
the purple one when
Purple wedding.
Joffrey died. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he
It's
choked to death.
yeah, because he was
But
Lord. Yeah,
yeah, but I'm
but
sure that's gonna happen at some point. But right now, he's a thorn in the side. What
yeah.
you think about the cuts with the Viserys?
What do you
Like
mean?
keeping cut on the throne,
Oh, well,
and it's
yeah.
not healing.
Well, he's got the the scale shit going on.
No, well, see, I
Oh,
went into the lore,
oh,
and it could be the grayscale stuff because
okay,
he's the Valyrian, and that's still in the time of Valyria. It has just fallen like maybe 100 years
okay.
before this time. But according to lore, according to the book, this is like a situation with a king that's unfit to sit on the throne. The throne will remove you.
Oh,
So
so
that's how
it's
the
the
infections are not healing and stuff.
so it's the throne. They're like, this guy's a putz.
Yeah, and it's like, and they said that was it Aegon the Conqueror? I guess they said when he designed the throne, he designed it in a way that you have to be sitting up straight. You can't be lounging in the thing. Every movement you have to think about because it's dangerous to sit on the throne. And he
Right.
wanted it to be like a test for whatever kings followed him.
Yeah, because this guy's a putz. That's why I'm saying they got dragons, bro.
Right,
They got
right.
dragons. Like,
And I
dude,
think that's what they're setting up because it's like this dude is he's kind of like a beta, you know, like
yeah. I mean, he's
not a
definitely
dragon
not gonna.
rider.
He's definitely not gonna to live long. But dude, when she flew in on that dragon and just kind of
Oh, yeah.
hopped off and was like, "Hey, you just kill me, but come at me, bro.
Yeah, right.
Check me outside." I'm just like, yeah, finally something fucking
She's
cool.
she's a badass. Yeah, like
Dude,
Rhaenyra's a
I
badass.
so want her to be somebody special, but I know that these guys are gonna play with our emotions and just be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, she died."
Man,
What?
my theory is her and Damon are gonna get together.
Okay, that was creepy because that whole
They're
opening scene where the two,
with that
and I was like,
necklace. Yeah. Dude,
oh,
the Targaryens, that's what they're known for.
yeah, I know, sharing the white hair.
Yeah, well, and they keep their bloodline pure, which was the
That
whole point of the 12 or 10-year-old or whatever the hell was going on with the
I don't know
white
about
hair.
pure thing. That just sounds like incest is best. Screw the rest. Oh,
That's exactly what it is. They're trying to keep their bloodline pure. Pure
hey,
Valyrian.
maybe we're maybe in their world, that's
Yeah.
okay. They don't
And
have
it
those
is.
DNA issues.
And it's
You
gonna
know,
get weirder in episode 3. You shall see they go on a little
now
excursion.
you're making me
And
want to just watch episode 3 after this. But
yeah,
all right, so I'm invested. I'm in. I'm frustrated.
yeah.
I to me, I was like, I gotta watch it at night because apparently everything is dark.
I haven't tried it during the day, but I've watched episodes of Game of Thrones that were like that. You can't see
Okay,
anything.
so have you ordered anything from Amazon in the last week or so?
How? Yeah, I did. Matter of fact.
Did your box come in a box that was labeled Lord of the Rings?
Oh God, dude! Like
Jesus
they
Christ.
do this every time they come out with a show.
Oh my god! So like we got this treasure chest in the Rings of Power. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a treasure chest at work the other day. I was like, wow, that's like the coolest looking box ever. And it
Yeah.
was for Lord of the Rings. So as soon as I got done with the first 2 episodes of Game of Thrones, I felt dirty.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna watch because I was still in the mood. Because
Yeah.
I was like, all right, swords and fairies and shit. Let's watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And because I was I really enjoyed I bought all the extended 4-hour longer episodes of the whole thing, all of them. Like I've watched it's like I had to fly across the country, so I watched the Hobbit extended cuts of all that shit. So I was like, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
So I sat down and I watched the first 2 episodes of that, which you haven't done that, correct?
I've watched. Let me see. I've watched episode 1. I tried to watch episode 2, and
Not feeling it.
I just got in. It's like I actually like Lord of the Rings, the movies, the original trilogy.
Yeah.
I really didn't like The Hobbit too much, but I watched them
stupid.
because I read that was like some of the first books I read were The Hobbit.
Yeah.
So like I had a different idea in my mind, like how it was gonna go.
Right.
So But this show is like the first one I go past. Like they need to set all this up.
Yep.
And then the second one is like we're doing the same stuff, and like it's like I just couldn't get into it.
So my biggest complaint was I thought it was kind of slow.
Yeah.
I felt like I feel like they need to pick up the cadence a little bit and move it along. So I mean, I'll give them the first 2 episodes to just kind of set our characters up and get everything going. I was on the fence too. Dwarfs. Yeah. The small people.
I stopped at the Hobbits. Like when we're going through that shit with the Hobbits, like I don't care about these people. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care.
Well, so they set up for whatever the tall Gandalf looking dude is. So if you didn't get to that part,
no.
So they're there because
I seen him. He got shot into the in a meteor.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got to that part and I was just like,
they think that's obviously some kind of the wizard that gets dropped into Middle Earth at some point. So the setup is done. So episode 3 needs to because I enjoyed it. It for one. It was bright. It's outside. It was bright. They had the lights on. And 2, it's just every scene isn't involved with like bad shit, sex and crazy. Like it's like this is the story is laid out in front of you, I think, in a totally different way than Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is just like dirty, nasty, like I'm gonna kill you and then we're gonna have sex. Yeah. And Game of Thrones is more like pinkies out, elves and highfalutin type stuff. So I mean that's the nice thing is they're definitely 2 totally different ideas, 2 totally different universes. I get where Game of Thrones probably played off of that a little bit just because it came later and like how could you not? That source material is so awesome. But it's gonna be interesting. This is one of those things like why would you guys do this at the same time? Like why are you screwing with us? Like you couldn't wait 6 more another.
Well, I was happy at first because I was like, cool. I'm gonna jump from Game of Thrones, like you said, straight over to this. I'm gonna check this out. And the whole crux of this thing is like I have to sell Cassie on this show. Yeah, we watch like 1 to 2 hours of TV maximum.
Yeah,
before we go to sleep. So it's like
that's a lot.
And dude, she like the Game of Thrones, she's in.
Yeah,
she's in. We didn't get a trip. This was a harder sell. She's like, I don't know nothing about Lord of the Rings. I was like, well, technically, you don't need to know anything else.
No, because they explain everything.
Yeah, because you're going into this fresh, and she was just not feeling it. And I was like, so I may have to venture out of my own on this one.
I'm interested to see what episode 3 brings, just because, like you said, it needs to.
Oh, great. Just what I've been hoping for.
I'm good. Because after 2, the way 2 ended, it set up 3 could be a much better.
Yeah.
Plus, we know that the girl that's in it, she's the badass, fairy from the other shows. Just she's 1,000 years later or whatever it is. So, it has the potential to do some really cool shit. So I'm on board. I'm like
I haven't given up on it yet. I will finish that second episode.
Yeah, I actually felt better after I got done watching that than I did of watching Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones just kind of left me like, really? This is what we waited for? Like, we got dragons. Oh, we get one dragon scene. Ooh, yeah,
you got it.
Yeah,
the red one, the big red. Also, like Damon's dragon looks weird. It's gangly. Yeah, it's like gangly and
yeah. Hers looks way better, and I think the red dragon knew that when the gold dragon showed up, and he's just like, oh shit.
Yeah,
the gold dragon's here. Oh,
yeah, let's back up now. Rings of Power was a hard sell, right?
Yeah.
She-Hulk, on the other hand, was kind of a softball. It's a Marvel. She's in for Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
I said, hey, let's watch She-Hulk. She's like, all right, cool. First episode in, she's down. Like, she's down to clown. Matter of fact, I had watched the 4th episode today. I had already started.
Wow. You're way ahead of me.
Well, I started it because I wanted, just in case you had watched it.
Yeah.
And I can't, when she comes in, we bring the groceries in. I pause it. And I said, well, I had to watch She-Hulk without you because I want to be up to date for tonight's show. And she's like, well, like, we got to watch that together. And I said, I'll rewatch it. And she's like, can you rewind it? And I was looking at the clock like, yeah, I got time. Like, I'll rewind it. So I had to rewind halfway through. So we're on the same page. So she's full in on She-Hulk.
Oh, nice. So let me ask you this, because I watched episode 1.
Yeah.
And I thought they did a great job on episode 1. I thought it was like, this is a great setup episode, which Marvel hasn't been able to do yet. Get it in one.
Yeah.
You know, because most of the time it's like, we're going to explain shit through the whole series. Yay. Yeah. It looked to me like they got all the explanation crap out of the way in episode 1 and caught everybody up to where we're starting.
Yeah.
So does the series continue on in a good pace?
Yes. So
kind of foo-foo-y.
It's a Monster of the Week show.
Okay.
Which doesn't bother me at all. Like,
no,
every week's a new problem. Plus, you learn about how she's dealing with this in the meantime.
Okay.
So that much I like. They always take the opening scene to just vaguely go over all the shit you see in episode 1.
Okay.
Like they take like 2 minutes. Like, hey, I'm She-Hulk. This is what happened. This is what I'm doing. This is what happened last week. Now we're into this. So it's just Monster of the Week, with the sprinkling of other Marvel characters.
Okay, so they kind of ground it.
Right. And I not to give it away, but there's a douchebag, like, misogynist guy in episode 2.
The guy she works with.
So I almost don't even want to ruin it for you. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to say.
Yeah,
but let's just say it involves Megan Thee Stallion, like the rapper. You'll see.
Okay.
But he's like involved in this situation that I think is actually pretty funny. But it's a Monster of the Week show, and I'm having fun enjoying it so far.
Yeah, I just, I was like, I really kind of wanted to get Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings like in and just plant those 2 seeds to see where they go. So I was looking at She-Hulk and I was like, and then Haley wanted to watch Elvis, and then I wanted to catch the 2 other documentaries, and then Sylvester Stallone's thing. I was like, oh Jesus, so like we really hit the old boob tube hard
marathon.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it was. I mean, and then we went to Hobby Lobby, so it was like,
that's a full day. Full day, my friend.
Well, so we did it right though. So Monday was amazing. I slept in because I never sleep in, and I convinced myself. Sunday I convinced myself I need to sleep in. I need to sleep in. I'm gonna sleep in. You're not gonna stop me. So I actually slept in. It was beautiful, and then got up, got showers, and then Haley wanted pasta, and I was like, it would be really nice is some cheesecake. So we went to the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh,
and they have pumpkin pie cheesecake, but it's pecan pie. So it's a their crust, layer of pecan pie, something else, and a
Village
layer
Inn has that as well.
Yeah, and a layer of I'm sure this is way better than Village Inn. And then a layer of cheesecake pumpkin pie with a giant glob of yummy Cheesecake Factory whipped cream on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, two of my favorite things in one thing. Yes.
They're always I love pumpkin pie too, but they're always like a little overboard, man. It's like, I don't know, because you got the pumpkin pie,
you can't eat it in one sitting. You gotta eat it like you gotta eat it like 4 different times, because the sugar would just like it's like, I can feel it behind my eyeballs. God damn.
Yeah,
but
it's strong.
Regardless of that, so we went there. So we ate lunch, dropped all the shit off at home because it's.
What'd you get to eat for lunch out of the 10-page menu?
So I got this like a garlic parmesan breaded chicken, hammered chicken breast.
Oh, dude, the parmesan, the chicken parm. It's like this big.
No, not that one.
Okay, yeah.
These are two little things like this with mashed potatoes. It's got a lemon herb sauce that goes on it, and it comes with asparagus.
Oh,
I don't know what the fuck it's called, but dude, trust me when I say it was amazing.
Dude, their garlic, like I get the chicken parm when I'm there.
Yeah.
Dude,
Sue's gotten that before. That's
it's
really,
like it's you can't eat it. Like
no.
Matter of
It's
fact,
like
like me and
pizza.
Cassie both together cannot eat that meal.
Yeah, it's like the size of a small pizza. It's gigantic.
But it's good too, which is crazy.
You know, another thing. So, hi guys, what's up, Fro?
What's up?
We went to Mellow Mushroom one night too. I think Friday night we went to Mellow Mushroom, and they have a Cuban sandwich pizza. Hungry Howie's had it for a while too. I gotta tell you, man, I'm really digging Cuban sandwich pizza.
Was it so? It's like it's ham, pickles, mustard.
So it's a slow cooked pork, shredded, honey baked ham. It's the aioli sauce on the dough, cheese, and then pickles, and then they do a mustard mayo drizzle over the top, which is really what sets it off. Yeah. So it's not a lot of, it's just a little drizzle over the top. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. Hungry Howie's was really good too. Josh working there eating chicken.
There you go.
It's 3 hours. Yeah, it's dinner time there. So.
Has anyone ever had a bad time eating chicken parm? I'm sure somebody has, but
I was gonna say, I'm sure after the fact, you know,
right,
and you're like, oh, like Jeff he told me, he goes, dude, I gotta lay off the cereal. I go, yeah, he goes, yeah, I had about 3 o'clock in the morning. My body was telling me you've had enough cereal, my friend.
Rejected it.
It was rejecting it at 3 in the morning. I had that 3 in the morning wake up call. Oh God. No, so we ate, lunch, and so we had energy to get through Hobby Lobby. So it was like, this is fun. No, trust me. It's not your bad, Baba. He's enjoying every moment of this cereal.
Yeah,
he's just got a lot on his plate right now with other personal things. So actually,
what was the favorite cereal?
Post Raisin Bran or post
Post
Raisin
Bran.
Yeah.
No,
which you guys
I like Post Raisin.
Trust me, he's super joyed about that because that has been a really good thing that has happened to him right now, and he needs that in his life. So it's good. So a lot going on in people's lives that it's crazy. But anyway, so then we had energy to go to Hobby Lobby, and then we went to the World Market that's in our same little plaza, which I love. The World Market.
Yeah,
they always have like stupid stuff.
I've seen the videos, the haul videos,
World
Market haul videos in The Boring Life.
Oh yeah, I remember that show. Yeah, I yelled at Haley. I was like, "Bro," and she's trying to toss it back on me. I was like, "Okay, fine."
You know what's funny about that though? Now she understands boost it and post. I wonder if she understood that before.
Probably
like what it takes to do that. But now she knows.
Yeah. So, but no. So so it was a lot of video this weekend. A lot of video.
Yeah.
But so Thor, which is what we were supposed to watch, and I know we had talked about that. And so here's where my weekend kind of like spiraled out of control. So like the girls were gone, so I had Sunday night to just like hunker down and watch Thor in the medieval times.
Yeah.
I go to watch Thor, and it was because Fernando had said, "Hey, Thor's on there," and it wasn't. And I was like, "You son of a..."
But she didn't come out till today.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. So what I watched instead is Jurassic Park, the newest one.
Yeah.
So we had bought it, and we watched the cut that they put out, which was the theatrical release, and now they've come out with the extended edition. And for all of you that haven't watched it, and you're like, "What?" Watch the extended edition because the original cut sucked. And I think it's like adds like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I don't know how this isn't the movie that didn't come out. Because like if you watch the original version and then you watch this, the original version was stupid. Like it was just so many pieces of the puzzle were missing. And you watch, and it's like, oh, fuck. Really? Now this, oh, wow. Okay. Really? Oh.
Well, how much longer is the extended version?
Like 10 minutes. It's like 10 minutes. It's just taking the scenes and adding in the other parts of the scene that you needed. Like, for example, like when they show up at his house and they're like, "Hey, that's the girl." Oh, well, how did they know to show up at his house? Like, oh, they followed her in town? No, there's a whole beginning scene where like he meets up with these guys and they follow him home because he's like, oh, this guy's a dickhead. We're gonna follow him home, and that's how they find her. But it was like, wow, that was kind of important, you know. It was just little pieces of the scenes that they cut out. That was like, you know, like when everyone says, "Why do you use jump cuts?" Well, because those are the parts of the scene I don't want people to see because they're stupid.
Right.
They didn't do that. They just cut out the scenes we needed to see.
Well, and like people don't like. It would be much worse if you transitioned to everything that needed to be jump cut, because it would be like, oh, and it's hard when you transition them. You have to custom do the length anyhow.
For video talk, sidejag here. I think I can't remember a video I just edited. I left in. I didn't jump cut it that much. I left in all the and it irritated the shit out of me to do it. But I did it because I was like, you know what? I'm tired of these guys saying, "Why do you jump cut the videos?" It's because it's like
you're just trying to get the meat out.
These guys don't prep. These guys don't prep. They just sitting there and they have to think and they don't know to not go.
Well, if you don't listen to your voice all the time, you don't know how you speak until you're editing. You're like, God, I hate this guy. Why is he talking so much?
So it was like, when I edited, I left as much of it in as I could. But still trim out as, you know, just, you know, and it was like, hey, people were fine with it. So I was like, all right, well, you know, I'll ease up on the knife just a tad.
It's like sometimes there's like a 0.2 of a second pause that is worth it because it like conveys something in between. But then there's most of them I would say is just like 0.2 of a second doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. Right. If you have 100 of them in a video.
Yeah, and that's the problem, and that's where it gets, and it's like,
Makes you sound smarter when you cut those out too. The the precursors to the words you're saying. Like when I interview anybody, all that's getting cut out. I'm trying to make like you said. I want to make you sound. I'm going to make you sound smart. Right. Because if I leave this in, people are going to think you're dumb, and you're not dumb.
You're just not prepared.
You're just not prepared. Yeah.
No, and because everybody thinks they can hop in and immediately talk about their shit, and they can't.
No, unless you're Byron Mitchell.
Who's he?
Yeah. Oh.
But no, it's just, you even if you give them the questions that you're going to ask them, they don't read them, you know? So it's like, it doesn't even make sense. Like I've done live shows for people where they've sent me the questions. We've had to do a whole bunch of pre-roll shit. And, you know, then they come on and they're like, dude, we did this like a day ago. I don't, what did we talk about? I don't know what we talked about. What did you want me to say here? It's like, this isn't how I roll. Like, ask me a question, I'll answer it. I can do that. I get it that most people you talk to can't. But like, if you want me to say some pre-rehearsed crap, you better write it on the wall so I can read it. Because I'm not going to say the same thing twice.
No.
You know, it doesn't even make sense.
Like when you're interviewing a lot of times I'll leave my question in if it makes sense. But I would say like 30-40% of the time, whatever I ask them,
take it out.
I take it out. I only leave it in if it truly makes sense and you didn't need to know what I said to understand what they were saying.
Yeah. So years ago, when one of the times I went to Kicker with the group of people, Bart was like, "Hey, we're gonna do these little disclaimers at the end. So I'm gonna ask you a question. I need you to answer it, but I need you to answer it in a way that, you know, they're not gonna know the question I've asked. So you have to, you know, what did you get from Kicker?"
Right.
coming out to kicker is great because I learned this, you know, and you answer the question that way. But he'll read you the question and say, "What did you learn at kicker?" I learned that
you guys like to eat.
Yeah, a lot. Like breakfast, like dude, not that much breakfast, and then lunch, like 2 hours later, slow it down, and then a dinner too. God damn.
Yeah.
And then after show food, like you guys eat 4 meals a day,
dude. Like when we show up, it's like, oh, dude, I get to use the company card to eat.
Oh
like,
yeah,
we're eating, bro. We're getting down.
Woo, I haven't eaten in a month. It's been ramen for a month. Someone's coming into town. Hell yes. Yeah. Although we did figure out how much they can actually spend.
Yeah.
We know now. We spent it.
You spent the limit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we hit the limit. Wow, there's a lot of people we brought for this one.
This one, I might have to do some explaining on this one.
Oh yeah, dude. It was like I need names, I need phone numbers, I need because like they got to itemize everything out. I was like, okay. We really sidejagged this one. But anyways, yeah. Hey, show. Yeah, $25 for breakfast. That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, yeah, at the just waffling, it's expensive. Very good, but it's expensive.
So this buffet that we went to, like it was $25 a person for this buffet, and it was okay. It wasn't $25 worth of buffet. Like, I'm like, and I took everybody. I was like, hey, we're going to get breakfast. Who wants to come?
Yeah,
I'll come. So there's, so I paid it, and I was just like, Jesus Christ,
like, ouch,
we're ordering off the menu for the rest of the weekend because, like, I don't need $25 worth of eggs.
I blew the budget on this, fellas. You're gonna scale back. Turkey sandwich. You want a turkey sandwich?
We're gonna get the $15 breakfast burrito from here on out.
Right? Yeah.
Holy
for sure.
Shit, dude! It was funny too because like our airport, Publix caters our airport. So like when you go to the coolers, they have Publix sandwiches, which is really cool. Yeah. But in the store, a Publix, this thing I buy is $5, and there it's $10.50. And I was like, that's not even sanity.
Gotta pay to play.
Come on, man. Like I get it, but damn, bro.
For sure.
And it's like, well, you want to eat? Yeah, I get it, but still, like it's like outside this wall. It's $5. Shit.
Dude, I know. I mean, that's what. Going back to kicker thing, you eat breakfast, and you're not lying, man. Like lunch is coming up so quick. Like they're like, you ready for lunch? Like,
no, I haven't.
Like, I'm gonna get a water and something light, man.
Yeah. Oh no, dude, these guys don't mess around, man.
They don't play. They do not play.
Dude, I got onto the plane and I was like, oh my god, hopefully I'll make it home.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, we're going for Mexican for lunch. Oh, and I gotta get on a plane.
Right.
Damn. Sorry, guys.
My little cocktail
for everyone.
We're gonna test my little cocktail out today.
Oh yeah. Imodium on overtime.
Yeah.
I'd take a hole in that day. Oh shit. All right. Well, this show went crazy. All right. So next week, we have 2 shows we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about The Samaritan, and we're going to talk about Thor. So either one you want to hit on. Of course, we'll get caught up on all the other crap that we've watched. Episode 3s, as it were, of these things. And that's it. That's what we got. So if you guys want to play along, get caught up. Otherwise, we watched some cool documentaries this week. If you guys haven't watched those one, Running with the Devil is probably the like if I had time, like 2 hours to spend on something, I would definitely watch the John McAfee thing just to see how batshit crazy this guy was.
It's the insanity. Definitely worth
it. Nuts. And we all like crazy people. So long live the Queen. You guys have a great night.
See ya.